I'm back. Hi. How is everybody? I'm back. There goes my echo. Hi, loves. Hi, Anthony. I did a purging of. Aw, thanks, Anthony. I missed you too. I was seeing who. I only had like 4 mods, and I just redid you, Anthony. I'm just gonna get on with it. So thank you. I just got this shirt at Cracker Barrel. We went to Cracker Barrel, and I love it. And this necklace was from my sister-in-law, and it has all the little hearts on it. And I put my wig on because I need to color my hair. So, yeah, I'm just gonna go once a month. Let me think. What am I gonna do first? Oh, I got this too. You guys, that stress tea was not helping me. No, I don't know if it was helping me or not. I have ginger tea now, and I got lipstick on my cup. I got a new cup. She is clothed with strength and dignity. Going live like triggers me now. So, you guys, that's why I'm only going live once a month. I'll go on the 13th. But yeah, ginger tea. My my mother-in-law just always swears by ginger. She's from Taiwan, and she's a sweet lady. I've thought about if I ever am back in South Florida visiting her, but you know, she's it's her son. My ex is her son, so she's on his side, of course. But she's a nice lady, and she swears by ginger. So what was I gonna do next? Okay. It's my poetry stream. Let me. This is a Emily Dickinson book I got from my mom. She even should. Whose name is that? My mom put it. My name is not Susan, but it is. My mommy put that in there. She gave me the book. It was her book. So, and I am going to read 2 poems by Emily Dickinson from this thing. And you'll be familiar with these. You will have heard them before. Hope is a thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And the sweetness in the gale is heard, and some more sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard that in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yea, never in extremity, it asked a crumb of me. And I will go back to the bird later. But, and then this is one that I feel like is just about kindness, and you may have heard it before. This is Emily Dickinson. If I can stop one heart from breaking, I shall not live in vain. If I can ease one life the aching, or cool one pain, or help one fading robin into his nest again, I shall not live in vain. Just about being kind. Yeah. And since I starting doing these little short cooking videos, and I'm just chilling here in Illinois. I just needed a break. I didn't go into all that happened. I went into some that happened when I left here. I was here in the summer, late in the summer. Hey, Anthony. Other Anthony's here. Hi. I decided to just, if my former mods came in, I decided I would, remoderate them if they come in, because I don't know. I don't know who's going to show up. And so I don't know who's going to show up. But here I am. So I knew Loves would be here. So I was like, I don't have to unmoderate her. But I was just like, you come, my former mods, if you enter in, if you're upset, because you can see, if you're on a computer anyways, you can see that you're not a mod and you're not coming in because you're mad because you're not a mod anymore. Just come on in and I will remoderate you. Okay. I love everybody. There's just been a lot of annoying stuff going on. But hey, yeah. Trying to remember. I'm clothed with strength and dignity. And honestly, it's not smart. And this was my attitude for 30 years. It's not smart to mess with someone who's God's child. It's just not. He's playing hooky from work. I always forget, like when I start out, I don't know why, but I always forget when I start out that I can show the comments, I always forget that. So yeah, so far I have all my mods here. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. And I had it set on subscribers only for 2 hours, and then I changed it to a day because I thought someone might wait until, right before and subscribe so they could be annoying. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for being here, loves. I love all you guys. Mwah. Mwah. I don't want to get lipstick on my hand. So I've been like doing some more writing. I've been trying to plan my next year. I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of irons in the fire, and I needed to just sit back and chill. And well, I'm not chilling. I'm getting a lot done. So I started swimming at the Y. I joined the Y, and I love that. I miss swimming. At my brother's, when I was in California, I joined the Gold's Gym and I swam. Oh, bad food is not good. I hope you feel better soon. So I swam twice this week already. I posted a video of me swimming. So yeah. I'm in my bed. I usually go live and I got Dumbo. My little camel. Put some peanuts in case I get hungry. So, Eric is here. Hey, thank you. It's a wig, but yeah. So when I want to have long hair, I just put my wig on. Thank you for being here. I love swimming. I love swimming. They used to call me mermaid in high school. So, I was going to tell you guys a story, but it's a it's a personal story. Hey, 4 minutes here. Okay. Yeah, I will. Okay. Yeah, I did leave you as a mod. Okay. I didn't know what I did now. I've been like, so much has been going on, and I've been doing so much stuff with my YouTube. Hey, Teddy's here. Hi, Teddy. That's what I was just going to say. I had a really great day yesterday. So my RV was done at the shop. Dave Smith's truck repair. He's my mechanic here in Illinois. And he fixed the gas gauge, which was cool because we replaced the gas gauge. And then when I left to go to Michigan in September, to the Michigan meetup, it wasn't working. It still wasn't working. So he got it working. I was like, I'll take it over there. He had it about a week. I said, I'll bring it over there, because it's just in storage. You can just, work on it at your leisure or whatever. Because originally, you guys, I was going to go back out west. I was going to keep on traveling, but I realized I was exhausted and I needed to chill, and that's what I'm doing. And I needed to. And then when more things happen that just add more stress, when you already have anxiety, and then people treat you like crap, it makes it worse. So it doesn't help at all. And I'm glad I was here chilling when that happened and not out on the road, because that would have even made it worse. A lot of stressful things happened in Georgia besides me getting locked out of my RV, stuff that's personal that I didn't go into. And so by the time I came back here, which was October 22nd, and even when I came back here, October 22nd, you guys, I thought like, oh, I'm going to leave again in November. I'm going to go to my son's again for Thanksgiving, because that was so wonderful. That was the first place I went in my RV, and it was so wonderful. And when I went there for Thanksgiving and had such a great time. Hi, Folk of the Forest. Thank you for being here. So when I had such a good time at my son's in Denver in November 2020, I was like, I'm going to do this every year. But that was my thinking. I was like, I'll be here a month, but I had so much stuff to do. I needed to do my admissions test. I needed to pay for my tags, and also things were going on with my dad's estate, and things like that. And so just a lot going on. And then I was like, then I decided to go, that I would go in February, that I would go February 1st. But now I don't even think I am leaving here February 1st. So I'm not really sure exactly. But I'm just here, like I'm in my cocoon. I'm just chilling. And that's what I'm doing. And so oh, thank you for stopping in, Folk of the Forest. I appreciate it. I'm gonna play you something on my flute. Used to play this for my kids. How about I say my elephant poem? I got all my elephants here by me. Well, not all of them. I got a couple of them. This is one from my mom, and it used to trumpet, but it's worn out. Yeah, am I putting you to sleep? Am I putting you to sleep, Ben Rush? Okay. Was there ever an elephant in your room? When it walked, it went boom. You tried to deny it, but you couldn't hide it. Where can you hide an elephant? Oh no, that's a cat, you try to say, or maybe a bat. It will fly away. If you can admit it, you can't quit it. Go ahead, face it. Can you trace it? Could the truth set you free? Or will they all laugh at me? Who are they, and why do we care if they laugh? They have a hyena in their room. That's so much worse than just an elephant. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. 1 day, 2 day, 3. Day by day, these things I pray. I have a higher power who created elephants. Maybe he can take care of it. I wonder what he'll do. Will he take it to the zoo? What? People will come from miles around to see the greatest show in town, the elephant. He now does tricks, and people pay to get their kicks. God can take your ashes and give you beauty. You thought you had to sacrifice. Everyone must pay their price. By giving the elephant, he'll die. But the ringmaster doesn't work that way. The elephant will live another day. He'll sing and dance because he got a second chance. The circus is a place of joy and wonder because the ringmaster has a plan. Trust the elephant in his hands. What song? Oh, they do the lullaby in Looney Tunes sometimes, don't they? Oh, they do. It's Brahms' lullaby. Yeah, I had a flute teacher when I lived in California, actually, because I've been playing the flute since I stopped for some time when I think I started playing it when I was 10 or 11, because it was before I left grammar school. Before I left, it was in grammar school, like 5th or 6th grade. So I think I must have been 11 or 12. And I took my mom got me flute lessons, and this just look up. Good. Did you get some good sleep, Kenneth? Because sleep is important. So what else? Of course, I got Wolfie and Yoda. Oh, my owl. The owl still works. The owl still works. Oh, guess what else I have? Of course. Bubbles. I can't let them go on the keyboard keys. That's not good. No, don't. It's on the computer. No, I better stop. Okay. That's enough of that. I don't usually fish, and I don't really like freshwater fish. But I imagine there's a lot of fish from the ocean in there because there's seals in that lake river where I was, because it's right where it goes into the ocean. So yeah, so I don't usually fish, and I used to fish with my ex. My ex was really into fishing. We used to, back before I had my first child, and then I just kept having babies. So, and I didn't really fish. That was my ex's thing, fishing. But we used to fish together in the intercoastal, and it was so good. And we used to catch red snapper, and it was so good. It was so good to have that fresh fish. And I was pregnant, and it was when we didn't have any money. I was 19 years old when I got pregnant. I'm wiping off the bubbles off my screen. Sorry, I'm wiping the bubbles off my screen. So yeah, we didn't have any money, and I didn't have any insurance. The doctors, and they went a little easy on us because I didn't have insurance. we were young, and but we used to go fishing. And what was cool was like our neighbors. We didn't have a washer and dryer. Um, we had a roommate when we got married. We had a roommate, and we were living with him before we got married. And then when I got pregnant, he was like, "No, I don't, I don't. This is not, I don't want this." So he moved out, and he took his washer and dryer with him. So we didn't have a washer and dryer. At least I think that's what happened. It was so long ago, 34 years ago, you guys. Yeah, my oldest is Love's age. So yeah, so first our neighbors threw away a washing machine, and then one night we went fishing and we found in the garbage, in people's garbage, we found a washer and a dryer, like within the same time frame, and then but then right before our child was born, our car broke down. Oh, it was so funny. We didn't live far from like the grocery store though. I remember one time, and then like my mom came to visit, so I think she rented a car. No, maybe she didn't rent a car. I don't know. My friend would come and give me a ride to take the baby for her checkup and stuff, and um, my ex would get a ride to work and stuff like that. And it was before he got an engineering job, so he's working at a printing shop. But anyways, just it's good to look back at those times when like God was really there for you, and he was. And anyways, but that's when I used to fish. Thanks, Anthony, for making me remember that story. But yeah, I love fish from the ocean. I love like salmon, and I love shrimp, and I love uh, one thing about having that. Uh, yeah, I want to go back to Klamath this year, but I'm not really sure. I'm trying to plan out my year this year, and I'm going to be staying places longer, and I want to I want to go to Denver for like 3 months, and I'm thinking I want to go in the fall because that's when my birthday's in the fall and my son's birthday's in the fall. So I'm thinking I would like go to Denver for like September, which is my son's birthday, October, which is my birthday, and November, which would be Thanksgiving, and rent a cabin. But like right now I'm in the process. Like, okay, so I got my gas gauge fixed, and I got the rest of the stuff out of my RV. I still need to um, clean it out and stuff, but it's like it's got a clean bill of health. It was just at Dave's, and he's been very, it's been good. He's been good at fixing whatever has gone wrong with it. When my catalytic converters were taken, that was in August. That's when it was for a month in storage when I was here. And Gladys went to Alaska in August, and I was here um, babysitting Blue. And Charmheart, hi. Let me let's see. Let me remoderate because I'm just like, I don't know. It's been very challenging to say the least. Um, Things that have been going on. Oh, Mike. Hi, Mike. You know what, Mike? Yeah, okay, you're still okay. Yeah, you're still. I made you one. I'm, you know. Yeah. So I'll say it again. I said it earlier. I went through all my moderators um, and unmoderated everybody. But if you were a mod before, I'd left. Well, no, I didn't unmoderate everybody. I left some people. Some people I was sure were going to be here was Loves. Thank you, Loves. Love you, Loves. I left her as a moderator, and I'm just like, when people come in, if you were a mod before, just come on in. Don't be upset. You're not a mod if you were a mod before. I will remoderate you. Come on in. I'll remoderate you. So yeah, I'll just say that again, reiterate that. Um, so yeah, I've been just doing like all sorts. I've been praying a lot more than I ever have. Well, no, not more than I did before, because I prayed a lot before. Honestly, you guys. But yeah. So Yeah, it's been, everyone's having a happier new year. Yeah, I thought things were going great. I was feeling better. Things were going great. Then I get an email from someone who I thought was a friend, actually, who I thought was a friend, someone I shouted out, someone I supported. Um, yeah, and I almost wish, like, again, it's like if you could go back, your hindsight's 2020. If I could just say, like, no thanks, dude, I don't care. But since I thought this person was a friend, um, and it's funny, it reminded me of another Bible story. For those of you who don't know, my last name is Story. Um, my last name is Story. I love the channel Story Chasing. I put that in my featured channels now, and I thank you, Char. Appreciate it. Um, yeah, and I made Mike. Mike was the first person to buy my book on a. Thank you, Mike. On a live stream. Uh, Not the first person, because my this book, where is it? Is my old book, and my new book is Red Poems, and it's being slow in coming out. My Red Poems, because I got ripped off about my What Elephant book. In fact, I got ripped off about that, and so I'm leery, and I want to find a real publisher. And these things take time, you know. Sometimes, like, I'm trying to rush things, you know, and I'm rushing things, and I feel like God or the universe is like, slow down. For you, Char, just email me your address. Just email me your address. I will send you one. This is from 2015. It's my first book, and I did it for free on Amazon, self-publishing, which I should have just. See, the thing with the elephant poem is I wanted to do illustrations, and so that's really what I pay. I paid them $3,000, and then they no, you can't buy it through my YouTube link. But you can just email me your address. It's redheadedwritinghood@gmail.com. It's on my about page. You just have to prove you're not a bot. So, yeah. But yeah, it's from 2015. And the elephant poem is in this. Also, let me say another poem that's in this. That's a favorite. And it's called Ginger Me. And that's a noun, though. Not a verb. Blondes have all the fun. They're the lucky ones. Gentlemen prefer them. It seems bad boys prefer me. Perhaps another shade of dye is worth a try. But my cousin says her red hair makes her fly. They look at her, they look at me. If he's male, we'll get it for free. She's got sass, she's got spunk. She knows that God don't make junk. They call me red, a firecracker, they said. I no longer care what they say. What's in my heart can't be taken away. Someday my hair will fade, and I'll let it stay gray. Beauty is vain, but the fire in my heart will burn on, and to my king I'll sing this song. His love is deeper than the ocean. He washes away my brokenness. He whispers to my heart, his love for me will never part. That's in this book. I also have stickers, so I didn't get those. They're over there on these are, I put my friends here. I have all this stuff piled up on the bed. I got myself candy at a Cracker Barrel. I have snacks. I haven't tried these before, but I got these at Snacks. But let me get the stickers. Well, you know what the stickers look like? They look like the little just Wolfie. I don't want to get up. The little thing in the corner. It's in this corner over here. Wolfie. They look like that. But I have other stickers too. I'll get them for you. Just a second. I'll be right back. They just right over here. Get back on the bed. I'm back. Okay. So, and then I threw them in this pile. Wait a second. I got this pile of stuff here, you guys. Oh, here. I put them right by me. Okay. Wolfie. And I got these little ones. And when I realized I got the wrong size, I got the bigger ones too. That's why I have enough for a while, I think. Because I got like 400 stickers. That. Got a square one? I just went, I went hog wild with stickers, so I won't run out for a while. There we go. Okay, I got these at Red Hots at the Cracker Barrel. It's not a fire truck. There's a fire. I got these. I probably won't. These will take me forever. I'll have them forever. Oh, maybe I'll take them when I used to give them to my son. They're sour gummy worms. My mom loved sour gummy worms, and she would give them to my kids when they came to her. So they remind me of my mom too. So I got some sour gummy worms, but actually my A1C was high, so I'm not eating as much. I'm eating less sugar. Oh, no. Thanks, Anthony. Thanks. It is on Amazon, but if you get it from me, I will sign it to you. So, yeah. And I don't get that much from... I also have this Fresca. I'm going to open this because I'm thirsty. And how many times? 30 minutes. We're at 30 minutes. Yeah, my poems have made people cry. I would just say them in public. If I met a redhead, I'd say the redheaded poem. And I gave a lot of copies of my book to just other redheaded people I met. Oh, that reminds me. Sheesh, I forgot. I was going to start the pot roast. Dang, I forgot. I'll have to do it tomorrow. No, but that's fine. You can leave that there. But because you can read the reviews. My sister-in-law. Speaking of my sister-in-law was one of my best friends. So that was a big loss a year ago. So if everybody here like pretty much knows my story, but so I'm divorced. I was married 30 years. I have 5 grown kids. I sold my house in Georgia in August. I left Georgia in September. I came up here to Illinois, where my friend lives. Oh, you must be hungry. You can go eat. Or eating in front of the computer and watch. Or if your wife lets you take the phone to the table, but she shouldn't let you take the phone to the table. I don't know. Just saying, whatever. Keep watching if you want, but I understand if you have to go eat, Anthony. You got to eat. And speaking of which, I think that's why the food videos do so well. You guys, I'm like blown away, and like all this stuff, you know, and I guess I've been thinking about things because I think about things, you know, you guys, I ponder things. And you guys, uh, I think I've said it before, but like I'm codependent and like so many things like in my family, in my life, it's just something I'm still working on. I'm codependent, and it's like I went from my family where I was codependent and my dad was narcissistic and my mom was codependent, and then I built a family thinking that, you know, we're going to be perfect, you know, we had the white, and we appeared from the outside, you know, um, to be, you know, that family. I mean, my husband and I taught at church. I taught at church for 20 years. I taught in the nursery, you know, like people like anybody can say anything on the internet, on YouTube. It's crazy, you guys. It's really crazy the things I've seen whole YouTube pages. Of course, nobody's subscribed to them. Something that I was told about when I went to the first um, YouTube meetup I went to in Alsea Falls in Oregon. I was told about a website that was F someone, you know, and I was like, how can they do that? And then later on, I didn't know, I happened upon it because someone else told me about it. Because when the first person told me about it, I didn't see it, but I almost couldn't believe it. I was like, really? I was like, how can they do that? Um, and I was like, wow, you know, I was like, and this, you know, so there's a whole like YouTube page about a certain person, and I'm not going to say, but anyways, people can say anything, and so it's difficult, and but you don't really know the person, and it's just like, are you going to just believe everything you hear on the internet or read on the internet? It's like, please don't do that. But anyways, so what I was talking about was codependency, and it's just like I left my family of origin, you know, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do, you know, it's not gonna be like that. My family's gonna be better, you know, and I'm not gonna do that stuff to my kids, and then you end up like, why am I still here? And it's like, oh, I'm codependent like my mom. My ex is a bit narcissistic, just like my dad. When I realized my ex was like my dad, it was years ago, and I was just, no, what did I do? What did I do? You know, and it's like I was trying to get away from my controlling, manipulative father, and I jumped out of the frying pan into the fire, and I'm right back where I started. And then it's funny, then when I moved out of my ex's house, and two of my kids were still at home, I moved out of my ex's house. We had two houses, and the smaller one we rented out. We Yeah, exactly. Um, oh, okay, you're gonna eat later. Yeah, let your stomach settle down. Yeah, but I was gonna make a pot roast today because I got a pot roast. I went to the store to get some stuff for Gladys when I went out to go swim, and I saw this pot roast on sale. I'm like, I can't get another pot roast. But I was so upset because last time I left some pot roast on the doorstep for the neighbor, and they didn't see it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a $25 piece of meat. I'm not bringing you food anymore. Oh, so sad. It was like kind of, and it's been so warm here too. It's not been really, really cold. I was like, oh, it's been cold. So, and I'm just like, it's not been, you know, and I did eat some of it, but I'm just like, no, I'm gonna have to. And I gave some to Blue, um, but I just threw it away. And I was like, that is so wasteful. I hate wasting, especially expensive food like that. When I was at my brother's last, not this last Christmas, but Christmas 2020, spending the last Christmas with my sister-in-law, my brother bought a prime rib, and I had never cooked one before. I was so nervous. I was like, it's an easy thing to cook though, thankfully. You just gotta not overcook it. But I was so nervous because that's an expensive piece of meat. So I made prime rib for the first time. I never made it before. Never cooked a prime rib. But so anyways, yeah. So I got another pot roast, but I'm probably gonna cook it tomorrow because I started in the crock pot at like about noon, and so now it's afternoon. I'm like, shoot, too late. But I kind of obsess about these live streams now, and like I decided to just go. Like when I did what I was really considering might be my last live stream, because I just, like you guys, have stopped going to as many lives and all that because I get followed around, and I try to avoid these people, but they follow me, and it's just really, really annoying. And so I had considered getting off of YouTube completely because I wasn't like you guys. It just was just the thing I was trying. And then from 2 months ago till now, my channel has grown tremendously, and I got my community tab, and I was just like, wow. Oh, and I'm kind of like, okay, God, I guess maybe you want me to keep doing this thing. So I'll keep doing it. Just a different way. But back to the codependency. So I go into my family of origin and my family, and then the same thing. I'm acting codependently. I totally lost myself. Like I was all into, what does my husband want? What do my kids want? What do my kids need? What do church? We worked in the church. Thanks, Char. I got your email. I totally lost myself. Like by the time, it was over, I was like, because in 2016, we had been married 30 years. Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm like, you can go into any of the ones that are still up and see who comes into chat first and who comes into chat later and who leaves, who's trying to be peaceful one. Yeah. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Oh, that'll be good. So what my ex used to do is he had a smoker, and he'd smoke a Boston butt. It would be so good. It was kind of it's kind of funny. So my ex and I were like in competition. I would like deny this, but we were, and it made us both really good at things. He's like, whatever, anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. He would cook things and stuff. And that's what, there was always good things too. I have a poem about, I'm looking for it now. I have a poem about my house, the big house, because he built a 3,400 square foot house. It's still not finished though. He's been building this house for 20 years, you guys. It's still not done. I have to look it up when I first did the book. What was cool about Amazon self-publishing is you could go in and edit it and redo it and stuff. It didn't have a table of contents. And so my neighbor bought, like, my first book, I think. My neighbor, gosh, I forgot her name. My neighbor by the big house. And she's like, you need a table of contents. And at first I had printed it up and I would put it in the book. And then I went back in there and changed it so it has a table of contents. Let me find the book. The poem I'm looking for is A 7-Story House. I'll read it to you. But anyway, so we were like in competition. It was funny. I used to play my flute for the kids and I didn't like realize these things till later. I would play my flute for the kids at church, and they loved it. We taught Nuanas. We taught in church. I mean, I was trying to think back to how long. I said 20 years, and we maybe were the whole 30 years, because from the time my daughter was in the church nursery, Sarah, my oldest, in our church in Florida, we were working at the church. They would have you, if you had a baby in the nursery, you were supposed to volunteer once a month. We always did what we were supposed to do. Do what you're supposed to do. So we would work in the nursery. So it was probably like 30 years we worked with children. And then we got to where we were doing it every week. We were working in a children's church, at a church that had a bus ministry. And then I went through spiritual abuse at, 2 Baptist churches in Georgia. And we left the first church, went to the next church, and we were teaching Awanas for probably 12 years, I think. Let's see, so anyways, doing what we're supposed to do. And so I'm still talking about the codependency. And I have a new poem about it. So with the codependency too. And then like when I got in a small house by myself with 2016 and 2017, I started doing Airbnb, and I got into the same thing, into the same codependency. And people would come to my house, and young girls that were going to school and then maybe needed help. I had a homeless girl one time, lady, book my Airbnb, and I tried to help her some. And one time her car got impounded because the police scanned her license plate and it said she didn't have insurance. So her car got impounded and she lived in her car. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't have this woman living with me. So I would have other guests that came and then didn't stay. I had a lot of nurses that worked night shift, travel nurses that worked night shift. And so one lady didn't, because the time when I helped this person get her car back, this travel nurse was coming to sleep during the day, and she saw her car there, I think, and you could sort of tell that she would, because there was a lot of stuff in it, and she didn't want to stay there, and so she went somewhere else. So I was losing paying customers because I was trying to help this person. And by the time I stopped doing Airbnb, I was just like, I'm getting into the same thing with the codependent people. And I got involved with another young girl, and someone else was trying to help her. But it soon became evident that this girl was going around from people to people, finding people to use. And I was just like, and I started with longer term guests. I would do them off of Airbnb. And then I was like, no, I'm going back to, because Airbnb was kind of a boundary, and, they had to pay first because they would be off Airbnb and then they would not pay me or pay me late. And then I'm having things bounce because the money was so tight. And it was just like this. And I'm like, I'm in the same cycle. And what a revelation I came to recently, just like maybe in the last week, is it was the same thing, getting into the same codependent patterns and trying to please people, and trying to help people, and just sort of losing myself. And I need to take a step back, and I need to take a step back again and work on myself and focus on, it's funny, a movie that I've loved for years, and like I still glean things from it, is the movie Runaway Bride. And when I first saw it, I mean, I wasn't a runaway bride. I stayed with my ex for 30 years, but the woman in the movie is very codependent, Maggie, and it's funny that the one that she's gonna marry, but then she doesn't end up marrying him. She ends up marrying Ike. That's it, Richard Gere. And but the one that she's gonna marry at the end, his name is Bob. And Bob is trying to he's a coach, and he's trying to coach her, and he's like, focus on Maggie. She focuses too much out there. I'm like, everybody else, who do I need to help? What do I need to do? What do you want me to do? And I fell into it. And I fell into it too when I came back and did Will This Be Red's Farewell Live. And I was like, what do you guys want me to do? Do you want me to go live once a month? And then I was like, I don't want to go live once a week. Everybody voted on me, which was sweet. I was like, thank you. Oh, they want me to go live once a week. That's sweet. Thank you. But, for my mental health, I can't. I just can't. Since it just changes you. Y'all try going live sometime when you know that you don't know what they're going to say. And somebody else is going live in your lifetime to bash you. I mean, you haven't lived until you've gone through this, and people telling me I'm working more on my blog more now, and which I did for 10 years. I started my blog in 2010. Actually, there's like almost 200 blog posts on my blog, and they're not public anymore. They were public. Some of them were public at some time. Yes, I got your email. Thanks. So I'm going to be blogging more, and I'm going to be talking about one thing. I'm going to be talking about what I did the last year. Man, I just started writing stuff down, and I was like, I did not have an uneventful month. And just the progression of things, and where I was certain months, I was in Denver in June again. This last June. I was in California till April. I came back here for a month. I flew back here for a month because I went February. February was about February 15th until March 15th. I was here last year, and even that was eventful. March is when I started going live. And, since I just got the community tab, I'm deciding what to share on the community tab. And I might go through the past year on my community tab too. And I'm going to do a whole thing. I might even have to do 6 months of blog posts on what happened in the last year while I was traveling 10,000 miles. You guys, did I even finish that? I bought my RV on my birthday in October 2020. And then I left in it in November 2020. And then I went 10,000 miles. That was insane. I went 10,000 miles, but I got into the same thing with this community. And there's this thing that's called Enmeshed. I put Lisa A. Romano in my featured channels because I just love her. And she has she literally saved my life. At first, I changed up all my featured channels when this stuff started going on. I changed up all my featured channels, and I just put her there for a while because she literally saved my life. Lisa A. Romano. It's a wonderful channel because it's just so much stuff that helps with daily life. I mean, you don't even have to say someone, every time you say someone's not narcissistic, you get in trouble because you're not a doctor, blah, 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 blah. Why do you call everybody names? Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Say toxic people. Say they have traits. Say whatever it is, it doesn't matter. These things to help you deal with these people are helpful. So whatever it is, whatever you want to call them, pick a color, call them a color of the rainbow. Pick a color, call them whatever, but to deal with difficult people is helpful. What should you do in different situations? You do different things. I had two different people say, turn the other cheek. So a blog post I'm working on is why turn the other cheek is the worst advice you can give to someone who's being bullied. No, if you're being bullied, stand up for yourself. And I looked back at my bullying video, and it was about Morbang said, give him a bloody nose. That ended it, and I think he was maybe talking from his own experience because, yeah. You turning the other cheek is the worst advice. When Christ was talking about that, he was talking about being generous to people. If people ask for your cloak, give them your tunic too. They ask you to go a mile with them, go with them 2 miles, go the extra mile. That's where go the extra mile came from. So it's about being generous to people who are just need help. And the funny thing about that is that that's what I've always been, even in the first, I didn't know what was going to be said in the first video about me. That's what was so nerve wracking. And I was going live, so I couldn't look at it. But that one was, I don't really think there was exaggerations in that, but there's out and out like lies. It's slander. It's, whatever. But, people want to believe what people want to believe. That's fine. It's not my problem. So, and it's funny, and it's all very deja vu also. Because like I said, my family of origin was dysfunctional. Then my family with my ex, we created a dysfunctional family that mirrored. I mean, I feel like it got better. It's not like my oldest brother died of heroin addiction. My next oldest brother, I believe, took his own life like 6 months after my oldest brother passed away. So it was a big mess. Like maybe our mess isn't quite as bad as my parents' mess, but it's still kind of a mess. God help, Lord help. I've been going to these great channels. I love Triple C Dana. She's like, help me, Lord, help me, Lord. That's what I need to say is help me, Lord, help me, Lord. That's what I was just like, I need to say that more. Help me, Lord, help me, Lord. That's what I've been doing a lot this morning, is praying. Because going live triggers me. That's why I was like, no, I'm not going to try and do that every week. I can't right now. Maybe in the future sometime I'll feel led to go once a week again, but not right now. I was going to post a new poem that was about being in my cocoon, and yeah, it's a lot of trauma, and all of my family is gone, and then the three of us that are left, we don't even get along, which is sad. I love them and I forgive them. And another thing that people don't realize is like forgive. Yeah, definitely forgive. You forgive for yourself. Don't hold all that bitterness in. You forgive. But are you going to go back to a person that used you as a doormat? Are you gonna, I had a therapist once that said to me, because I have been to therapy and I might go to therapy again. Who knows? It's no shame going to therapy. So when I was in therapy, my therapist said, so if someone's coming at is like waving a knife around, are you going to back up? Are you going to protect yourself? You got someone and so, I feel like I got into the same patterns with the YouTube community. And also, I feel it's very deja vu. It's just deja vu. Like with me and my ex, it's like, okay, I'm leaving. I'm trying to go in peace. And it's like, no, wait. Let me destroy you first. Stay here while I destroy you first. And it's like, no, I'm going. Bye, Felicia. No, I'm not going to stay here so you can destroy me. I'm out. So yeah. Yeah. And I didn't ask for anybody's advice, but a lot of people were telling me what to do. And I was just like, I've dealt with similar things before. How about I ask God what to do? Hey, Dee's here. Hi, Dee. Thank you. I was saying to them, I'm remoderating whoever comes back in. And I know you don't have to do anything. She's just an honorary mod. But yeah, whoever comes back in, is getting me my way. Oh, I was trying to find the poem about the house. I want to, because I really like it. And it really is what our house was like, where I talk about, it's called the 7-story house. Okay, it's on page 45. It's on page 45. And it's called the 7-story house. Come and go with me. It's a big, big house where all the kids play. It's the house that built us. We do loud really well. We is spelled like the game, WII. We had a we game. Hop on pop. That's from my Dr. Seuss book. Home's cool, homeschool. Pools, tools, parties, fools. Lightning, laughter. Conscience clear the morning after. Kids, cribs, coons in the cat food. Witches, ditches, pull up your britches. Hide and seek, don't you peek. Music, mayhem, magic. Murder in the dark. These are games my kids used to play. Soccer in the park. All my kids played soccer, but we never had like a big enough, grassy place where they could play. What's up, butts up. Butts up was a game they would play with a soccer ball. We had room for that. Don't fall, wall ball. Books, nooks, dirty looks. Dogs, frogs, hollow logs. Trees, fleas, prey on your knees. Games, trains, it's not lame. Camping, glamping, now we're revamping. The kids used to go camp in the woods in the backyard. Super mom's Sunday suppers, dad's best barbecue. God's here, so have no fear. Love, let go, forgive, forget, have no regret. It will always be, in my memory, a place for friends and family. So yeah, that's about a big house. The first line, it's a big, big house. That's an old audio adrenaline song that my daughter used to love. We like the Christian rock music, and it goes, it's a big, big house with lots and lots of rooms. A big, big table with lots and lots of food. A big, big yard where we can play football. A big, big house. It's my father's house. So that's what that was from. Yeah, I seem to be reading old poems today. I haven't memorized really any of my new poems, but I want to. And like the one on the 4-letter word, the one on love is going to be in my new book, and the red poem is going to be in Red Poems. And okay, I've gone an hour. So I probably will go a little longer than an hour. And I'm going to share, I guess I'll probably read it. You keep freezing. I'm sorry. Yeah, there were some good memories there. I had 13 cats when I lived in and then when I moved in the smaller house, I ended up getting rats. So let me read this. This is like, I put a quote in here. The good thing about doing it on Amazon like this is I didn't really, I couldn't have put these quote, like, like they reference, and it's a quote I put in here from Chuck Swindoll that just fits so well. And I used to listen to him on the radio when my kids were little. I used to listen to Christian radio in the 1990s. And it's where I first heard Joyce Meyer too. Got me off of soap operas, because I used to sit and read and nurse my oldest child in a chair and watched soap operas all day. And it was horrible. And when I moved to Georgia in 1988, I was hooked on soap operas, and Christian radio got me off soap operas. So anyways, this is a quote from Shucks Mandala that I put in here because it was about a tree and it went well with the subject of, because I wrote this when I was going through, it has some older poems in it, but mostly this I wrote when I was going through my separation, leading up to my divorce. And I was still living in the house with my ex, but we were separated when I wrote this. So Chuck Swindoll says, one year a large section of tree fell not far from where we had lived for over 22 years. Within minutes, several of us had gathered to grieve the loss. As I stood there staring in disbelief, the thought struck me. This happened only minutes ago, but it's been in the process of happening for a long, long time. No tree just suddenly breaks apart. Once we were able to see beneath the thick bark at the break, it was obvious that some kind of killer disease had been at work for years. Yep. And then I put the poem about the perfect storm. I mentioned the dogs here. So we had 3 dogs at one time because our family dog, Bobby, who was getting old, and so my daughter got a dog when she started nursing, when she finished nursing school, and she went to Dominican Republic for a while, and then she came back. She went to Dominican Republic to volunteer and learn Spanish, and then she came back, and I think that's when she got the puppy. And then my son had a dog too, still has his dog, and my daughter's first golden retriever. He was so sweet. And so I'd go in my closet, and one time I was so upset about something, going on with my whole family and world falling apart. And I would go in my closet, in my big walk-in closet in the big house, and pray and get on my knees and pray. And one time I forgot to close the door, and Jude, which was my oldest daughter's dog, and we were watching some. I don't know if that was when she bought her house in 2014, so she might have been. But we would babysit him. She didn't have a big yard. We would watch him sometimes. So he was at the house, and I go in and get on my knees to pray, and Jude comes in there and starts licking my toes. And I was like, that's so sweet. So that I was talking about the dogs comforting me in this poem. It's called The Perfect Storm. Let the bough break. My dogs are panting, pacing, so I comfort them to return the favor. Lights out, rain pelting, wind blowing. Where's it going? Spirit moving, dove cooing, quiet waiting. Love is patient. Tree free falling, but still living and always giving. Thanks for coming in, Dee. Oh, did you have to go to Anthony? Okay, so I was going to share, and I think I might share the video. That's the way I did it before. Let me see. I will share the video, but let me find it. And my videos. Y'all see the video of me swimming? Maybe I'll show you that one too. So before I had a YouTube. My YouTube and my blog used to be called The 7-Story House. So the last name was Story, and there were 7 of us. So the 7-Story House. Get it? Okay. I'm going to play this one. I share it. Wow. Okay, share slides. Ooh, there's a new thing on here. It's okay. It's okay, Dee. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. I could get more to watch maybe if I went in the evening, but you guys, maybe I don't want more to watch. Maybe I just like y'all to be here. Okay, so share audio. Let's see. Let's do a window. So this is what, oh my goodness. Seriously? I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. The free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends, and dips his wings in the orange sun's rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his mouth to sing. The cage bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the cage bird sings of freedom. Free bird thinks on another breeze, and the trade wind soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worm waiting on the dawn bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. But the cage bird stands on the grave of dreams, and his shadow shouts on a nightmare scream, and his wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The cage bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the cage bird sings of freedom. Okay, that didn't work. I guess I'll have to read it. I'm going to read it. Because I don't know why, but the wrong window was up there. I looked on the thing. One time okay. Wow. See, I don't know why that's showing that. I don't know why it's showing that. I don't know why it's showing that. But okay, I'm going to find it and then just read it. Well, maybe I'll try again. Let me close. Maybe if I close all the birdies and stuff, I don't know why it was doing that. Okay. Let me try again. Did you guys at least hear it? Okay. I'm going to try again. I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. The free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends, and dips his wings in the orange sun's rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his mouth to sing. The cage bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the cage bird sings of freedom. I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. The free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends, and dips his wings in the orange sun's rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. I don't know why this won't work. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his mouth to sing. I don't know the cage bird's why it won't work. Dirk! Hey, Dirk! Hey, Hilda! Hi, Carla! Thank you for coming in. I was trying to share, well, I have a video. I'll share it on my community tab later, but I'll just read the poem. I have it memorized mostly, but I haven't said it in a while. And my video on there is me saying it a while ago, when I had it memorized. I'm going to read it. I will read it for you. This is I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings. The free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends, and dips his wing in the orange sun's rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The cage bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the cage bird sings of freedom. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade wind softs through the sighing trees, and the fat worm waiting on a dawn bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. But the cage bird stands on the grave of dreams, and his shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The cage bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown, but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the cage bird sings of freedom. And I usually say, I know why the cage bird sings, because that bird was me. So just very stuck. I was stuck. I had a lot of little kids. I see other divorced moms that have like maybe great relationships with their daughters and their sons and their children, and they left their marriages and were single moms when their kids were smaller. But hello, Jill Weatherly. Thank you for being here. And I think if only, I could have left sooner, but I couldn't. And he made it hard enough as it was to leave when I did. So, but hindsight's 2020, and I don't have a time machine. And I don't know that it would have worked out better, but thank you so much for being here. 13 watching. Hey, it's the 13th, 1300 hours, 13 watching. Yay. Thank you. Give me a thumbs up, y'all. Thank you for being here. Love you. So I don't know how to share on here anymore. I'm having issues. It says having issues on the StreamYard. But gone 1 hour and 19 minutes. I might go to the top of the hour, so I could share with you some new poems. But I'm having a problem with. That's another thing I'm working on while I'm here. Is I was having a problem getting my files open on my extra hard drive. And so that's where the new poems are. It's handy to just have this and read the old poems. Never look back. I'll turn into a pillar of salt, right? That's why, like, I know so many Bible stories, Jill. I mean, just like it's filled. My head's filled with Bible stories. I've been telling, well, why not? I've been telling them for 20, 30 years to kids at church. Even this bracelet, I got this out from my stuff in the bracelet is Christian. So we would make them with the little cheap and expensive beads, but this one is from Johnny Erickson Tada's ministry, and so there be a black bead. My heart is black with sin, till Jesus' love came in and cleansed me white as snow. Through the waters of baptism is blue one. I grow daily as a Christian, and will one day walk the streets of gold. There's gold, 1, 2. So even the bracelet's Christian. But yeah, so there was a Bible story that I thought of recently too, of the way in the book of Nehemiah, I got reminded of this Bible story when I got that email from the fake friend, from another fake backstabbing friend. I thought of this story in Nehemiah. They're rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem. And Nehemiah works for the king, so he got permission from the king to rebuild the wall. It's not the king of, I don't know which, I think it might be Syria. I don't know. Y'all read your Bibles. It's full of great stories, and it's crazy how you can take something that's so old and it can be applicable to today. Like if you go look at my bullying video, I tell the story of Esther and her uncle Mordecai, and then this evil man named Haman. So if you go back and look at that video, I tell that story. And like I said, my name is Story. I got stories, y'all. There's 10 million trillion Susan stories, though. And God gave me the name Red-Headed Riding Hood. You know why? Because there's wolves, y'all. And y'all got to be careful. Beware of wolves. God gave me that name. So anyways, Nehemiah, the book of Nehemiah. Nehemiah is getting the people together, rebuilding. The walls of Jerusalem are torn down, and he's sad, and he wants to rebuild the walls. But there's these evil people trying to stop him. Like, what does he think he's doing? He can't do that. Why is he doing that? And so there's evil people, and but they're pretending to be nice, right? Oh, come down here, come down off the wall, come, let's talk. It was funny. Someone telling the story, some pastor telling the story was like, in the valley of, oh no, the valley's called Oh no. Oh no, like Yoko Ono, the Valley of Ono. Look it up, you guys. Look it up. The Bible's full of stuff, full of interesting stuff. You would be surprised. You'd be surprised at what you can find in the Bible. You guys, it's in the Bible. So yeah, and so Book of Nehemiah. So these people, the evil people, are pretending to be. Oh, come down. Let's talk. Come down off the wall. They're working on the wall. And see, this is what, like, it didn't come to me until later. This person pretending to be, hey, Blaine, hi. This person pretending to be my friend. It's like, come over here. Come over. Look what there's, come down off. Like, you're busy, Red. I know you're doing a lot of things. You're trying to heal. You're trying to be peaceful. I'm in my little cocoon. I'm like minding my own business. Come over here, Red. Come down off the wall. Come over here and look at what these people are saying. And I fell for it, y'all. Dang, I fell for it. But anyways, it's in the book of Nehemiah. Y'all look it up. Yeah. It's like someone, Tobias, I forget what the evil people's name. Forget about the evil people. They don't even deserve to be named. But anyways, the evil people are trying to get Nehemiah to stop working on the wall. And so, yeah, and it's pretty crazy. I've just been filming what I've been doing, which is I've been cooking. I like to cook. And cheesy broccoli soup. It's like these videos, it blows my mind, you guys. Some of these cooking videos, like me making enchiladas, have more views. I mean, I don't think they should, but they have more views than my interview with Dee. If you haven't yet, check out my interview with Dee on suicide and depression. And I posted my live on my community tab, which was talking about suicide and depression. And I did that in April because sadly on March 26th, Lee McMillan of Lee and Max. I wasn't really that familiar with her channel, but I had watched her mental health video. I had watched her video about depression because I was connected with Eamon and Beck. That's how I knew Lee. I didn't really know. I wasn't subscribed to her channel yet, I don't think, at that time, but I heard about it and it just broke my heart. And she had been roasted and by a fellow, well, let's not name him. No, let's name him. Let's not be afraid to name him. But anyways, he got off of you. I mean, he's destroyed and he'll have to live with that the rest of his life. But anyways, it caused her to, I mean, it was like the straw that broke the camel's back. Not that I'm saying, she already had problems. So she was someone he should have left alone. And she did say, leave me alone. Lee McMillan took her own life on March 26th, 2021. And then in April, I did my live on suicide and depression. And I had met Dee and Tanya at Tanya's house. It was when I was in Southern California, and Dee was at Tanya's, and I saw on their live, and I was like, oh, you got Dee now. I'll come see you, because it was kind of funny because neither of us ended up at that point. Van Life Voyages and I were going to go to North Carolina meetup at Mayberry. And it's funny. And I was right there in Santa Clarita, but I had been like taking care of my sister, helping out my sister-in-law and my brother, because my sister-in-law was the end stages of cancer and stuff. And I was right there in Southern California, and they're in Bakersfield, and I'm like, oh, are we not going to meet until we both go 2,000 miles to North Carolina? That's silly, And it was funny, like it's the same with Tim Morbang. He was right near me in Southern California. And yeah, Tim, if you're watching this, yeah, I did unmoderate a lot of people, but when you come into my live, I will remoderate you. I didn't know. But anyways, Tim was right near me when I was in Southern California too. And I didn't meet him until I went to the meetup in Oregon at Alsea Falls. So that was kind of funny too. But anyways, I did end up meeting Derek and Tanya and Dee all in California in Bakersfield. And we did that video. And it was for Lee. Speak up for Lee. So he's back on YouTube. Unfortunate. You don't have to subscribe to everybody on YouTube, though. It's sad that stuff like that sells. The drama sells. People like to hear people talking bad about people. People take a look at a person, and yeah, I even heard somebody. I saw somebody say it, since the evil person, the fake friend, got me to go over there and see what they were saying. I saw somebody say, I knew when I saw her she was evil, or she was bad. Yeah. I can tell by you saying that you're a very intelligent person. Not. You can't judge somebody just by looking at them. That is another thing that's in the Bible. Judge not. Yeah, that's a good thing. I'm eating some peanuts. Peanuts. Got stuff to relieve stress in my bath bombs. Another thing that I didn't realize, the stress or the, anxiety it was causing me is that I downsized, right, from the 3,500 square foot house to the 1,600 square foot house in 2016. And then I went from the 1,600 square foot house to fitting all my stuff in my car. Filled up the 10x5 storage for my kids and left Georgia with everything I wanted to keep in my car. And then I did start collecting, you guys like the stuffed animals. The stuffed animals. I got this since I got the fire truck. Since stress relief. It lights up too. Stress relief ball. But I had everything I owned. This is something that I had. I thought was cool. I decided to keep. I did try to put it. Some stuff I would try to list, and then I wouldn't get what I was wanting for it. And I'm like, I kind of like it. It's cool. It's an old-fashioned phone. Hello. So, but I had when I bought my RV, I put everything I owned. I didn't leave anything here by Gladys. I put everything in my RV. Every time I left here, I really put everything. I still had everything I owned in my RV because I transferred it from the house to the RV when I bought the RV up here. Right. So going around with everything you own, like even like I have an old my mom had a number of pretty vases that were my mom's, and I kept one of them. I kept my most favorite one. But I'm going around with everything I own in my RV. And I thought it when I left Georgia too, with everything, with these like priceless pictures. I have 5 boxes of pictures. Right there. Plastic boxes. Photographs. Some of them are old photographs of my great, the sepia, the old. I should show you. You know what? I'm right here. I'll show you. You know that? That'll be interesting, right? Because I still have 30 minutes. Let me show you. Because, so much stuff. But anyways, here I'm going around with everything I own in my RV. I'm gonna go in the closet. I'm gonna turn this off first. Camera off. I'm gonna go in the closet and get all the pictures and show you. Because I have pictures of my great grandmother. Oh, I have something else here. Okay, I'm back. Wait. Okay, I'm on the floor now. My hair's messed. It's getting kind of warm in here. I think I'll take off my fuzzy socks. And I got this. In Branson, guys, but I don't want it. So, I don't know how this would mail though. Does somebody want this? You put the sticker on there whenever you go to the state. I'm not gonna do that. I don't know what to do with it. Who wants that? Oh, this is cool. I had all these pictures in frames. You see this? This was when I went on my second cruise. I went on the K-Love cruise, and I met these two friends. Her roommate backed out, so I ended up rooming with her, but I didn't really know her. But we were the blonde, the redhead, and they're like Charlie's Angels. The blonde, the redhead, and the brunette. Charlie's Angels. This is my brother Mark, who passed in 2006, 6 months after Tim. Oh my goodness. Hope I don't get in trouble for this, but oh my goodness, this is crazy. Should I show you this? Should I think when this is from? 2008. That's me. That's me. Okay, forget you ever saw that. But yeah, here I'm going around in this thing, in this RV with everything I own in it. Fishing, fishing, fishing. Speaking of fishing, there's my brother Paul fishing with his friend. I think that's in Arizona. I don't know. My brother Paul died first. He died in 2002. But of 9 of us, there's 3 of us left. I'm trying to find where the old pictures are. I think they're at the bottom of this box. Look at this box, you guys. It's heavy. It's heavy. I'm trying to find the old pictures. Oh, okay, I found it. I wasn't going to show you the recent pictures. This is my mom when she graduated from high school. I think about 1946. This is my brother Paul. He was in the middle of the 7 of us. And this is my brother Mark. I started the picture up before. So like I have all these things, and it's like, look, oh, this is my grandmother when she was little. Isn't that cool? Her name was Clara. And I named my daughter Claire after her. Oh, well. And then these things like, it's like I got these pictures from my mom, and some of these people, I don't really know. I didn't really ever meet them. But look at her. She's beautiful. I think this is I think it would be my grandmother's cousin, maybe. Oh. Guess who this is? That's me. That's me. This is my mom. I think this was in the Philippines, because she was born in the Philippines, and I think she was there till she was 4 or 5. Hey, finding happiness in all you do. Welcome. Oh, John's here. John, I'll remoderate you. I was just waiting for you to come in. Why is this like this? Okay. So this is something I didn't plan on doing, you guys. I didn't plan on doing this, but I'm doing it. But it was one of the reasons why I realized, I'm having so much anxiety. I'll show you this real quick. This was 2013, so it's not that long ago. And we have an extra kid here because my niece is in this picture. Coca-Cola Factory, 2013. That's my oldest son in the middle. He's the tall one. And that's my son. This is my younger son over here. And I'm in the red shirt over here. And this is my niece, but she looks like one of our kids, but she was adopted, but she looks just like our family. Oh, look. This is when my grandparents got married. This is my grandmother, and this is my grandfather. This is my great aunt Gert and her husband. My mom had that in a picture frame too. I wasn't even ready to move out of my house when I sold my house, you guys. So that's why I had to stay. And gosh, my wig is a mess. That's why I had to stay in Georgia, and I was in a hotel room sorting through all the stuff and taking stuff out of picture frames. I took a ton of stuff to Goodwill. I gave stuff to a friend I met who sold stuff on Facebook. She would sell jewelry and stuff, so I gave her a ton of stuff. But I had a ton of picture frames. Oh, this is cute. This is when we had 4. This is before the youngest was born. That's my Claire bear. But I found out I had a really awesome day when I went to get my RV and put it back in the storage, and got all the rest of the stuff out of it, and I went swimming, and I heard from my son. I heard from my oldest son, which I don't hear from them as much as I'd like, but he is sick, so he needs prayer anyways. My eldest son is sick. So I send him my younger son got the COVID, and I send him a bunch of stuff. And then that's the codependent me. Gotta help. I have 5 kids. Yes, that's my oldest son. Isn't he cute? That's my Teddy. But yeah. See, I got these ones. This good-looking guy. I think this is it. This is my great grandfather, and I actually found this on. Oh, and that's another interesting thing about my name. Guess what their last name was? Wolf. Yep. I found this on Ancestry too. This same picture. Not this picture. This was from my mom, from my grandmother. There's my grandmother's, and then So my grandmother, Clara, passed away in 95, and we found out when I was pregnant with my daughter Claire, which is why she's named Claire, and she was born in 96. So I have 15 more minutes. Oh, look at this one. This is my dad. That is my dad. He was born in 1928, and he was adopted. He was born in San Francisco. He was adopted, and he passed when I was in the hotel in Georgia, sorting through the stuff, and he passed on September 21st, 2020. And the next day is when I came up here. I was trying to get out there to see him, and my brother Christopher passed before him. My brother Christopher passed in 2018, December 2018. So in 2018, I went to California. Was the last time I had gone to California before I drove out there in my RV. I had gone out in 2018, and I had seen my brother Christopher before he passed away. But I knew that, I don't like you looking in my closet. There's it. You got this. I got this. You got this. See? Got that from my RV. I got that wolf up there. See the wolf up there? I got that in Branson. I collected a lot more. I collected more stuff back in the last year, you guys. It's bad. But anyways, so what was I saying? Oh, so 2018, I had gone to I drove across country by myself in my 2011 Chevy Malibu, which I sold right before I left here in my RV. But yeah, I drove out there and I, wanted to see everything. And that was the last time I saw my dad too. I saw my dad, I saw Joyce, I saw Chris, because there were those three people in my life, because I knew Joyce was, because when you lose so many people, because and when you lose so many people in your life, you just start thinking negatively, like who's going to be next. Like my dad was 92 when he passed away, and Chris was 60 something. But I knew he wasn't doing well, and he had lots and various problems. I can't even really explain, but he had lots of issues. He was my third to the oldest brother. But I knew those three people. I went out there in 2018 because I knew one of those three people in my family were going to pass next. And it was Christopher in 2018, and then my dad in 2020, and my sister-in-law in 2021. But yeah, when you have so many people, because like my brother Paul passed in 2002, and that was fine. But when Tim passed in 2005, my oldest brother Tim. So first we lost Paul, and then we lost Tim. My parents were both still living then. And it just broke my mom's heart, broke my dad's heart too. As much as it could have. He was a bit mostly focused on himself. But broke my mom's heart. Just broke my mom's heart. So 2006 was when Mark passed away. 2007, my cousin passed in a crazy accident, and she was the same age as my brother. She was 45, like my brother Paul was when he passed, and that was rough. So 2005, Tim, 2006, Mark, and then my cousin in 2007. 2008, we had a break. In 2009, my mom passed, and I was just like, that was the hardest thing for me, my mom passing. So yeah, that's my middle daughter, was born in 96. So I got 10 more minutes. Oh, I want to say what my favorite poem is. It is my favorite poem. It's the one I always go back to, and it's the one that's always, I don't know, let me show you this. Oh, I got a picture. Here's a picture of my brother Christopher. That's my brother Christopher. I think that must be in Boca. I don't know. I don't even know where this picture was taken or who it's from. Because I have pictures that I got from my mom, pictures that I got from my brother Paul. It's just like they're from a lot of different places. And I left some of the pictures with, that's how many pictures I had. I'd love some of the pictures for my daughter, for my kids in the storage. I left in the storage in Georgia. This is my son, Ian. Isn't he adorable? 1994. He was born in 93. This is my son, Ian. And here's another person I don't know. That's that same person. I don't really. Mildred. It says Mildred, my mom. Would write on the back of who it was. Yeah, just a ton of pictures. This is just one of 5 boxes of photos I have. Oh, this is my oldest brother, Tim. This is back in the 70s, and that's a girlfriend he had for a long time, Diane. That was my oldest brother, Tim. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff. I will feel better to, what I was going to do, what I did with videos is got them digitized with iMemories, and that was really cool. So I got them all onto, and things had broke. We had a 35 millimeter camera and it broke. We had VHS tapes, which we didn't have a VHS player. And so I got all those videos put digitally. So I was able to like email. Some of them are actually on my YouTube, but they're private. Like my sister's wedding. Yeah, I had all these things digitized, and you can also send them photos. But see, the ones like these, I'm gonna just save. I'll just save. But I downsized so much, so many items. So proud of myself for all the stuff I got rid of. Yeah. Pat myself on the back. Pat myself on the back. Yay me. Because it was a lot of stuff, you guys. It was a lot of stuff. I made $3,000 selling stuff. Some of it was little stuff. Some of it was big stuff. Furniture. I didn't sell any of my clothes. I donated all of those because I had a ton of clothes, and then I kept a lot of clothes. Well, not a lot, but I kept some clothes. I just kept getting rid of more and more. It's like domino effect. And it's like, and then when I decided, because I was going to buy my RV in Georgia. And hey, Timmy Ray. I was going to buy my RV in Georgia, but then I decided to buy it up here in Illinois. And so then I was like, I got to fit everything I want to keep in my car, which I did. I left Georgia with everything I wanted to keep in my car. And yep. I'm going to have to put these back into my box. Sorted. So I'm going to say the storm poem before we go. And here it goes. You say that no one cares for you? Well, that's not true, because I do, and God does too. Oh, that I could fix your problem. I'd mend you up. You'd no longer be stuck in that addiction or depression, the trials that come in rapid succession. But what can I do? Cannot fix you. Can't make you believe or even relieve that deep ache in your heart. Just where do I start? Don't do nothing, she yelled at me. So what should I do? Scream and shout and run about? Perhaps sit and pout? No, I'll fight a war upon my knees, and quietness and confidence shall be my strength. He keeps my prayers and my tears. Perhaps the overflow makes the rain to water all the pain upon the earth. I'll thank him for this thorn. I'll praise him even when I'm worn, 'cause he carries me through the storm. He walks to me on the tempest's sea. The rain brings life back to my dying tree. And one day through the clouds I'll see the rainbow. Oh, yes, Mike. Yeah. One day there'll be no death, nor dying, nor tears in Revelation 21. And that's why, I came back to God for my mental health. I was questioning everything in 2019, and I was so hurt and broken. In 2017, I had been date raped. In 2018, I told the story about the green card guy that I got fooled by him. By 2019, I was hardly talking to any of my daughters. I was just heartbroken, and I was angry. I was like, God, this is not fair, because, I was a good mom. I was there for them, and this is not fair. And, I walked away from God, but God was with me the whole time. And I like questioned everything. I was like, well, I just believe this because I was raised Christian. I was raised to believe this. My mom believed this. That's the only reason I believe this. But it's crazy. But walking away from God for 2 years made me know why I believe what I believe, and that I really believe it. I really believe it. And while I'm still not in contact with my daughters, especially like I would like to be, our relationships are not what we'd like them to be. And they're still here on this earth, and there's still hope. And I'm waiting and I'm praying, but I'm not going to chase them. I'm not going to chase them. But I also have that hope that in heaven, all these things that are messed up here will be fixed. And, I love my kids, each and every one of them. They're different. They've all, reacted differently to everything, and they're all different, but they're all smart and wonderful, and I love them very much. So if you watch this, I'm just here waiting for you to contact me. And when I went, it was meant for me to go to Georgia in October, but it was not time. I mean, it was something. I feel like I've been a Christian most of my life, but there's this thing called God's permissive will. I should not have gone to Georgia in October. Anyways, I feel that now, but I mean, the same thing with the divorce, and when the divorce happened, I can't go back and change that. But anyways, and the part that's on my channel is that I got locked out of my RV. It was insane. I met Jarhead and Ginger's Journey. They helped me. I saw some friends when I was there, but it was premature for me to go to Georgia. And so it was by the time I got back here, I was just a mess. I was a mess. And I was thinking I was going to sit here for a month and head back out in November. And I was like, no, I'm not ready. And then, of course, other things happened. And I was like, forget it. I guess I'll just sit here. I'm good though. I'm on the mend, y'all. I'm on the mend, y'all. Hey, Dan's here. I think I left you as a mod. Yeah, I did. I unmoderated some people, and I said, if they come back in, I'll remoderate them. So that's what I did. Thanks for dropping in. I'm about done. And yeah, I'm fine. And everything that happens, you guys, I know it's cliche, but everything happens for a reason. And I feel like everything God has me go through is a reason. It's for something He has me to be doing later on. I'm learning something for what He wants me to do later on. And so that's interesting. And in Romans 8 is a great chapter. Romans 8 is a great chapter where it says, all things work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to His purpose. I believe that because I've just seen it over and over and over again. And you guys, even me walking away from God and just losing my faith, I lost my faith. I mean, it was gone. Thank you, folk of the forest. Thank you. It's complicated. And wait, let me tell you. I got this. My daughter's pregnant, and I saw this.
I saw this. I got this for my grandbaby. Isn't it cute? It's a unicorn. But life is not all rainbows and unicorns. But anyways, it's a unicorn. This is the skunk I like to show you guys from my mom. My mom gave this to my kids. But anyways, that's 2 hours, you guys. I love you. I love you all. Glad it's back. But yeah, my faith is back because like I could just see he was just there the whole time. I mean, people like think you like create your own reality. Good luck with that. Because another thing Romans 8 says, and I'll end with this, is what shall we say to all these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? So ask yourself that, is God on your side? Then what else matters? Who else matters? It's in a oh wait, I'll read that poem. I do have one more poem. It's in a Need to Breathe song. And that was the thing when I finally came back to God, was a Need to Breathe concert on September 7th. And the song that it's in is called Rivers in the Wasteland. And I will read that poem to you before I go. And it's in this. It's in this. Okay. There's a river in the wasteland. I put a verse before a lot of these poems, and it's the verse in Hebrews 4:16. Let us therefore come boldly to the house of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find favor to help in time of need. That's Hebrews 4:6. There's a river in the wasteland. This is from the Need to Breathe song. I will hold my head up high, never let them see me cry. They try to take it all away, but they can't take away my joy, my Jesus, my peace, my dignity, my praise. There's a crack in the door filled with light. I am unstoppable, a force to be reckoned with, like a mighty river. If God is on my side, who can be against me? So I'll just let the river wash away these lesser things and be about worshiping my King. So that's it, y'all. Love you. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. Look for me again on February 13th, 1300 hours. Love you. Bye.